Alrighty, so we're kicking off our Catlins adventure down the bottom. So we've come down from Dunedin today, and we've come to Nugget Point. There's a lighthouse here you can go and check out. Some pretty cool beaches and stuff around here. So this is kind of the start of the park, kind of northeastern part of the Catlins Forest or National Park, or whatever they call it. So we're staying down the road, just on the beach. I'll show you that soon. Cool little park over property there. And behind me is the path to the lighthouse. So we'll go and check out the lighthouse. It's freezing cold. It's like 15 degrees here and windy. It's so cold. So yeah, where's summer gone? Who knows? We'll go check out the lighthouse and then I'll show you a bit where we're staying, and then yeah, we'll kind of just figuring out our journey over the next couple of weeks as we go along. We don't sort of have a hard and fast plan, just a whole lot of cool spots to check out. Alright, here's the lighthouse behind me. It's about 900 meters, just under a kilometer walk out here from the car park. Pretty cool, pretty quiet today as well, which is awesome. So yeah, we'll go and have a look. Alright, well it's very windy here, but there's a pretty cool lighthouse here, and behind me are the Nuggets, they call them, these rocks that stick up out of the water. And yeah, so the lighthouse is to kind of obviously get ships around these nuggets. But yeah, neat place, tons of seals down there, tons of bird life, freezing cold and windy. Alright, it's still pretty grey and gloomy, but when you're staying right next to the beach, you got to come check it out, right? Even if you've got your jacket on. But this is kind of what the coastline around this place looks like. It's kind of neat. Dry hills and this kind of rough, rocky coastline, loads of seals, sea lions, bird life, all sorts of things. So yeah, nice spot. We're just going to stay here tonight, and tomorrow head kind of deeper into the Catlins. Alright, so our home for the night is this little pop here, park over property, which is about 7 minutes down the road from that lighthouse we were just at, which is pretty cool. So this is just a farmer's property, $10 a night per vehicle to stay up here, park up on the hill. There's no facilities or anything, but it's kind of probably a best option if you're an NZMCA member along this sort of coastline. I think there's a campground back in Kaka Point, but that's about it. That said, it's only 20 minutes from here back to Oahuka's anyway, so it's not too far away. So yeah, it's still pretty grey and miserable here, unfortunately, but hey, we're here and having fun. Check out this old shed as well. How great is this? I love old farms like this. The kids are playing in a tree house and the farm is really nice. Came down and had a chat to us, so yeah, $10, can't complain. So the plan is pretty much just to chill out here tonight, cook some dinner. Tomorrow we're going to drive back around to Oahuka and then to a dock campground that looks pretty stunning called Purakaunui. Sorry, it's a helicopter over here doing something. So yeah, dock campground there. I think there's also a waterfall there, and we're going to kind of base ourselves there for the next few days and do a lot of the trips. A lot of the Catlin seems to be like heading up here for a trip and then over here for like just lots of little day trips. So that's the kind of loose plan. Purakaunui dock campground tomorrow, looks pretty cool. So we'll see you on the road tomorrow.
Hey guys, we have just arrived in Purakaunui Bay. It is quite windy here at the moment. We've seen some massive sea lions on the beach already, and apparently there's bats, 2 different types of bats to keep an eye out here too, so we'll go do some exploring.
So where we're staying here is actually a Department of Conservation campground. $8 an adult a night, I think. I think ours was $6 with our NZMCA discount. I'll show you the view out the front window. It's pretty amazing. Quite a rough looking beach. It was down a gravel road. We drove about 7 kilometers down a gravel road, but it was pretty well maintained. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes out of Waka, the kind of main sort of town here. I guess you could say there's a Foursquare and a petrol station and stuff, but it's about 20 minutes away from that. Kind of a no exit road coming down towards the coast, so we'll stay a night here, then we'll kind of head back around and find some other gems. But yeah, check out this view. How's this beach? Wow, incredible. We just went for a stroll along the beach. There were sea lions there. You probably saw on camera we got a bit too close to one and it roared at me and I freaked out and ran away. Pretty cool, climb around those rocks you can see way down the distance, and there were some seals around there as well. So what a magic spot. Campground's just there. Just back over behind this hill here, and pretty cool. Apparently people have seen whales out here in the bay as well before, as they kind of migrate north as things get cooler down here. So that would be pretty amazing to see. Yeah, a couple of people down there surfing as well, so I think we'll spend the next couple of days here. Alright, so we've woken up to a pretty miserable day here in the Catlins. Now there is a big waterfall just up the road from that campground we were staying at, so we've come up. Thankfully there was enough room to park the old caravan in, because it's Wednesday. It's a Wednesday morning, so pretty quiet. So yeah, 10-minute walk apparently to some nice sort of terraced cascading waterfalls, so we'll go and check those out and then continue our way into the Catlins. Well, this weather keeps getting better and better, and by that I mean it's terrible and cold and rainy. So we've made our way sort of around the Catlins more, and we're in Curio Bay now, which apparently you can see dolphins at, yellow-eyed penguins as well. So yeah, hopefully, look at me, we just arrived and it poured down with rain. So hopefully the weather kind of improves tomorrow. From here we might day trip out to places like Slope Point. You've got Niagara Falls as well up the road. Yes, New Zealand has its own Niagara Falls. A few other spots, so might base here for a couple of days, cruise around. Slope Point, by the way, sorry, is the lowest point of the South Island of New Zealand, so the very bottom. Been to the very top, now we're going to the very bottom, so yeah, we'll see if this weather improves. Alright, well, we finally have sunshine and the wind has finally died down.
Yay.
And you'll never believe what Chelsea did this morning?
Yes, I went down to the beach and went for a swim with some hector dolphins.
Just swam with dolphins this morning, just before breakfast.
Yep, yeah. They came about a metre away from me. We're just swimming around while we were out there. My mum was in the water as well, and my nephew Will, and it was so neat. And
I stayed behind with the girls, so I got no footage, sorry. I gave Chelsea the GoPro.
I took the GoPro, but the water was too murky, all the sand was being picked up with the waves, so you actually couldn't see anything.
Yeah, so let's go and check out Curio Bay without all the wind. So the campground here is a little interesting, a little old school. There's a few buildings that are taped off. There's a few buildings that, like there's a shop right here behind me, but there's no shop in there. It's just full of vacuum cleaners and stuff. So it is very old school, and it's not actually that cheap. I think it's about $50 a night for a powered site here for our family. So you know, proper campground prices. But I guess the draw card is this view, right? So you are paying to stay here for this view, and I guess the chance to swim with dolphins, right? It'll take $50 for the night to to swim with dolphins. So yeah, from here you can actually do a whole lot of day trips in the Catlins as well. There's a whole lot of places to explore. We might go down to Slope Point later on, which is the southernmost point of the South Island, the southernmost point of the South Island in New Zealand. There's also a lighthouse down there. There's been shipwrecks all down this coast, so there's plenty of sort of day trips to be had, like 20 minutes here, half an hour there from Curio Bay. So good spot to base ourselves, I think, for the next couple of days. So there's these really nice mown sort of tracks out to the kind of point here. So the beach is just behind me here, as you might be able to hear. Pretty cool. You can stand up here and spot the dolphins as they sort of come out of the water and sort of fish around there, I guess, looking for food, fishing. But you can walk right out here and then look at the waves, and then back over this way actually there's a petrified forest as well. So you can see it only at low tide down on the rocks. So we'll try and get a shot of that before we leave. But yeah, I'm gonna go and check out, see what the waves are doing out here. How's this for some wild New Zealand coastline? Alright, we've woken up to an absolute stunner of a day today. Look at that beach. But we are moving on today, so Harvey's going to get one final swim in. I think we might end this video here and do like a part 2 in a few days, just because there's a ton of footage. I know it's been all over the place, sorry. Lots of travelling, lots of weird weather. But yeah, we might do that in the next video, or depending on if that works. We're going to the Cathedral Caves, which is supposed to be one of the highlights of the Catlins. Just up the way a bit, and also another waterfall. More beachside camping, I imagine, as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.